Spotting opportunities for growth is one of the most underrated skills in business and in life. It is how two people can be in the same environment, see the same things, and then one of them sees an opportunity that changes his or her life forever, but the other person is just there. They did not see it. That's why in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to spot $1 million opportunities before anyone else. But before we get into it, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for the love and the support. If you're just coming across my video on my channel for the first time, my name is Deyi-Daniel, and I'm building a community of 100 million people who are crazy about growth. On this channel, I film about personal, career, and business growth. You should be a part of this community, so subscribe. A lot of times, most of us choose the easy way out. We wait for opportunities to find us. You just sit down and hope that the opportunities that you desire, they come to you. You may even pray about it. But there is another set of people that train their mind to see opportunities where other people see limitations. Growth is not always linear, and it doesn't always announce itself so loudly. There are ways you can go from somebody who waits for opportunities to come to them to somebody who sees opportunities and grabs them before it becomes saturated. Number one, you need to stop taking the easy way out looking for obvious opportunities. The best growth opportunities, the opportunities that can change your life forever, are hardly the ones that everybody's talking about, because if everybody's talking about an opportunity, it is most likely saturated already. But you see, the best growth opportunities, they are in places where a lot of people are not paying attention to. And one of the ways that you can find these opportunities is something that not everybody talks about, which is checking outside your industry or outside your current target market. Let me explain. If you're a business owner, you must have read or watched stuff where people are talking about your target audience, know your target audience, focus on your target audience, communicate to your target audience, this and that. But instead of focusing only on your core target audience, how about you just look outside of it small to see what is going on outside of your industry? That is a great opportunity if you bring into your own industry. And that's where checking adjacent markets come in. Let me give you a very simple example. Let's say that you used to make shoes and you are in the shoe industry, you make shoes. What if you just slightly look into making belts or something that may not be directly attached to your core target audience, but can link to it, can connect to it and change the way you do your business? So you want to look outside of your target audience and see what are the audiences that are close to your target audience and what are the needs that people are not meeting in that industry. While you are doing that, you should also pay attention to the things that people are complaining about in your own industry. It's not possible for you to be in an industry and nobody's complaining about anything. But do you know what most people do? You join the complainers, and it's very easy to be part of the people that are complaining. It's very easy to complain. It's very easy to talk about something that is frustrating you, but it is difficult to do anything about it. And it's not because it is difficult per se, that a lot of people don't see themselves as solution providers. So they just listen to the complaint and add to it without actually taking any step to make things better. See, taking action and trying to solve people's problem already makes you better than a lot of people. I want you to start seeing every complaint, every frustration as a potential opportunity. See, your next $1 million opportunity may be in the mouth of your roommate, maybe in the mouth of your friend who is currently complaining about something that you could create a solution for. Just look at all the big organizations, big companies, big tools that everybody is using right now. All of them were born out of some sort of frustration or the other, something that somebody was complaining about, and another person saw it as an opportunity to step in, and it changed their life forever just because they were able to provide a solution that everybody wants. An example is Slack. Now, if you know Slack, you know that before Slack, we were using emails, Gmails to communicate with companies, to communicate virtually. A lot of people used emails and phone calls. But Slack saw a need for more intimate collaboration between team members in the organization, and that's how it came to be, solving a frustration. What are people frustrated about in your industry currently? Another uncommon way to spot $1 million growth opportunities is to notice emerging trends. See, a lot of people don't notice when something is about to happen because they don't pay attention. You just notice things when they already go viral. In fact, some of you notice things 3 months, 4 months, 5 months after it is already viral. And that's because you are not paying attention to core things in your industry. Because before something becomes a big wave, before something becomes viral, before something becomes something that everybody wants to do and touch, it started small. There's always that small wave before the huge one. And it is the people who notice it when the wave is still small that eventually make it a big wave. They are the ones that we now acknowledge. They are the ones that everybody now sees as, oh, this person was the one that made this thing viral. And that could be you, but you don't notice the small waves. And how do you notice these things? I want you to start paying attention to companies, individuals, creator technologies that may not be popular, but are currently gaining traction. You can see them gaining traffic little by little. People are paying attention to them. It may not be really loud, but there's something here. This person, this individual, this company is currently solving an actual problem that may not yet be popular, but it has started. An example of this is, do you know that a lot of marketers did not take TikTok seriously when the platform came? Because the most popular platforms then were Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all those other marketing platforms. But people never really took TikTok seriously. Yet, there were some small percentage of people who noticed the traction that TikTok was getting at the beginning, and they tapped into it. Those are the people that we see now on TikTok and call them big creators. They have millions and millions and millions of followers because they were able to notice the need that TikTok was feeling, and they were able to tap into it early. The difference between them and a lot of people is that some people will see that traffic, but they don't make anything out of it. It doesn't ring any bell in their brain because they are not actively looking for opportunities. They have not trained their brain to suspect and tap into big opportunities. You also need to pay attention to how behaviors shift. In the beginning, people may not be totally accepting of something, but you just suddenly see a trend of them shifting, of them gravitating towards something that they did not accept in the beginning. An example of that is remote working. Initially, a lot of people did not buy the idea of remote working. How can we just be staying at home and be working, blah, blah, blah. But there were some organizations that saw the light in that trend and took it. There are some people that saw the light in that trend and started training companies, started training people about remote work before remote work even got so popular. The reason why they were able to grow is because they noticed the subtle change. So I want you to open your mind. I want you to start noticing behaviors. What are people adopting currently? AI. Have you paid attention to it? Are you one of those people who ignore change? Because if you are somebody who ignores change, you will not even notice that people are changing. If you are somebody who finds it difficult to accept change, everybody has been talking about remote work since 1990 something, but you till now you are still against it. Everybody has been talking about AI for the past how many years, but you are still against it. You are not changing. You are not adapting. If you don't change, you will die. Just look at products that refuse to change and how they just faded out. You don't want to be one of those people. So start paying attention to behavior shifts. Another sweet way to spot million-dollar opportunities is to reverse engineer problems. Let me explain. Sometimes big opportunities, they hide in plain sight, but they come up as problems that people face. And the thing is that a lot of people, when they see problems, even if they want to solve it, they'll be like, oh, what's wrong? What's going on? I want you to change your approach and think about what could be better. What are people doing currently? Most times you may not have to start from scratch. You may not have to build a solution from scratch. Sometimes you just need to take something that already exists and make it better, and make it convenient, and make it easy for people to use. So if you see something that you feel like this thing works, but it is not working efficiently enough, you should start asking yourself why it has not been improved yet. A lot of times, the answer to that question points to an opportunity that could make you a solution provider and change your life forever. You should also look for bottlenecks. Let me explain what bottleneck is. So if you look at a bottle, there's always the part that is wide, where the content of the bottle stays, and then towards the mouth of the bottle, the neck of the bottle, it becomes smaller to reduce or to control the flow of the content that comes from the bottle. So a bottleneck is where friction happens most of the time. When you see that, okay, things are growing really fast, but when it gets to a particular place, it slows down. So you want to notice those bottlenecks in your industry. Where does growth slow down? Where does things suddenly start to scatter? Things suddenly start to stop. Those are bottlenecks. And most times bottlenecks happen where there is friction. And that means there's a problem in that place that you can solve. So you want to check out for the bottlenecks in your industry, in the processes, in your customer journey, in everything that is going on, and think about how you will eliminate them. For example, now Uber did not invent taxis from the scratch. They just found a way to make getting taxis easier. They removed all the friction and all the bottleneck in getting taxis from your home conveniently. You see how it works for you to improve on an idea that already exists. Another thing that you need to learn how to do is to read between numbers. You know, I'm always screaming, know your numbers, study your numbers, understand your numbers every time. That's because of the kind of huge opportunities you find when you study numbers. And like I always say, data is telling you a story. There's a way you go deep into data. You start to understand some things, start to see some opportunities that every other person is not seeing. So instead of just staying on, okay, surface level things, surface level numbers that everybody's staying on, you want to go deeper into your numbers and spot leading indicators, things that show you that growth is about to happen somewhere. Some of the things that you watch out for is spikes in the number. So if you're looking at your numbers and you notice that, oh, there's a spike here, these numbers are suddenly increasing. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you check your analytics and then you are now checking the geography of where people are watching you from. And then you suddenly notice that there is a spike in the number of people that are watching you from Dubai. Don't wait for it to become mature, to blow out of proportion before you start thinking about what is causing this spike. If it is something you want, what can you do to make it continuously happen for you? If it is something you don't want, what can you do to stop it from happening? That's how you spot indicators. When you see a spike, you address it on time. Apart from spikes, you want to track declines too. If you notice that a number is going down, it means something is also happening. It means there's a change going on. Sometimes understanding why something is suddenly declining may open you up to another opportunity. Let me give you an example. Let's say that, okay, in the past 2 years, we suddenly notice that the number of people that are going to market to buy something physically has drastically reduced. It is a call to let you know that maybe the numbers of people that are buying online has now increased and there is a huge opportunity for e-commerce. I hope you get. So when you notice that there's a decline or a spike, it shows you that something is happening somewhere that you want to tap into. So I want you to start paying attention to the numbers in your industry. Research them, read case studies, read reports, so that you can understand numbers. What are the numbers people are saying? Oh, they suddenly 50% of people are doing this compared to as of last year, where 70% of people were doing it. Do you get? That's a growth opportunity. Finally, I want you to practice all of these things daily, because spotting growth opportunities is not a talent. It is a skill that you develop. You train your mind. See, the moment you start doing it, one day, the second day, the third day, your brain and your mind automatically start seeing opportunities, whether you are looking for it or not, because you have done it so consistently. Your mind is open. Somebody says something and your head is clicking. That is an opportunity. This could be a solution I'll provide that will change my life and the lives of those around me forever. You want to ask yourself every day, what is the one thing that I noticed today that could be an opportunity? It could be somebody's comment. It could be a market trend that you saw. It could even be something as small as a discomfort that you yourself you experienced during your day. Then I want you to now start writing down every potential opportunity that comes to your head, no matter how unrealistic or wild it seems. With time, you start noticing some sort of pattern, some sort of connections between the kind of opportunities that you as a person you notice. You start seeing that there's something that connects everything that you've been seeing. It could be that everything is somehow related to real estate. It could be that everything is somehow related to education. It could be that everything is somehow related to family life. It could be that all these things are somehow related to maybe design, product development. You just start to see that there are patterns and connections that join all of them together. And everything could come together to now be your $1 million opportunity, a solution that you will provide that the world cannot ignore. I hope you have gained one or two things from watching this video. If you have, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.